running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
Go to line 1 and talk to Mikey. Hey, Mikey, what's up?
Hey, Big George, how you doing, my friend?
You know what? I'm just marvelous. A little wet.
Yeah, a little wet. Hey, Big George, I was talking to a retired dude on yesterday, having a little bit of refreshments, if you will.
Uh-oh.
And he told me when he was working, he's retired now, that he had a truck, 10-year-old work truck. He said about twice a year, maybe maximum, the thing just would not start. Had distributor cap changed, rotor change, coil change, spark plug wires changed. 10 months after that, he had the cap and rotor changed again. He told me it happened just within the last couple of weeks. It wouldn't start again. Then all of a sudden, after 5 days, it started. I suggested I'm going to talk to Big George, but I said, do you think he needs a fuel pressure test to see how that...
Absolutely, Mike.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know what? Is this a Ford or a Dodge?
It's not a Ford, it's a Chevy.
Oh, it's a Chevy.
No, I take that back, George. It's a Toyota. It's a Toyota, not a Tundra. I forgot what it is.
A RAV or whatever, yeah.
Something like that.
Right, okay. Definitely you want to run a fuel pressure test on that vehicle. Those are notorious for fuel pressure relays, but the big thing they have is under the hood there's a fuse box. And if it's an older vehicle, it gets all kind of corrosion and rusty in there, and you get intermittent connections.
He said it's 10 years old.
Yeah, see, he needs to look at that big fuse box under the hood. And he actually physically take it apart and see if it's all green in the back.
Okay.
Because those will make temporary connections that it'll drive you crazy.
But let me ask you a question, George. If he takes it in for that fuel pressure test, does it have to exhibit those problems at the time, or is it going to be you take it in there and you don't, you're not going to...
The only thing you'll know if you take it in and it's still running, you'll know if the fuel pressure is weak.
Mm-hmm.
And if the fuel pressure is weak, that's an indication.
Mm-hmm.
They also have a thing where they can run an RPM test on that fuel pump if they know what they're doing.
Right.
And that'll lead you to a pump that is doomed to fail.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they have more electrical problems on those trucks than they do anything else.
That's what he's telling me, because he don't use cheap gas. He does main. It was a work truck for him. It wasn't his main vehicle. But he said once, maybe twice a year max. Especially when it's like if it sits for like 2 days and it's hot as heck. For some reason, that's when it'll act up. But only once or twice a year.
I'm
George.
telling you, he needs to look at that fuse box.
Isn't that frustrating, George?
Oh, absolutely. You don't know when
guys-
it's coming either.
How many people have you come in there? My truck's doing this or my car's doing that. But if it's not doing it the minute I take it to you, you know what I'm saying, George? You almost sound crazy.
Mike, I've towed in a car. I've sent a tow truck. They bring the car in. They drop it off the truck. They start it up and drive it in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then now what do I do?
Right. and the thing is, what do you do? Seriously, George, what do you do?
Well, the newer cars, the computers all have a memory bank, and I can tell you when a car fails. If your kid was driving too fast, I'll tell you that. If he ran a stop sign, I'll tell you that. It's that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So the new computers are pretty helpful when it comes to that kind of thing. Gives me an idea.
So you wouldn't think it had anything to do with plugs or fuel injectors?
No, absolutely not. Not especially Mike, if he lets it sit for a couple days and it starts.
Right.
That's not a maintenance thing. There's an electrical connection that's not there sometimes.
Yeah, even a fuel pump, George, wouldn't those, when they're going out, wouldn't you get some indication, sluggishness?
Oh, exactly. It would start. Yeah, it would be the doggy. I mean, it wouldn't.
But he gets none of that, George.
Yeah, see, he's got a connections problem somewhere. He's got a ground or a wiring problem somewhere.
Okay, George, you stay dry, my friend.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling. I am telling you. Let's talk to Leon on line 7. Leon, what up?
Hey, Big George, how are you, my friend?
How are you, buddy? How's things out at Lowell High School?
Very good. So I was echoing your tip of the week. We got the guys coming back to the shop to learn about cars and trucks, and they may be driving for the first time to the high school, or getting on that bus, so slow down a little bit, cut him some slack, and yeah, we're looking forward to a good year and having you back down to our shop and getting some different projects going there. So.
I would really love to come down there and just sit and listen to you for a while. I bet you guys I've seen your facility. You got a great facility. You got a great bunch of kids. Jeez, oh man. And this I would love to come down there and just be a fly on the wall. You know that?
There's always something we can learn, ain't it, George?
Absolutely. I learn something new every day, or it's a bad day.
Right. I'm learning from you on your show, and then when you guys come down, maybe we can pass some new knowledge on your way.
Absolutely. I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. Are you going to be out there tomorrow at the Blue Top?
Looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be a good day.
You got the T-shirts? I got a great T-shirt from you. I think it's just the greatest T-shirt.
Yeah, that's cool. I think there's going to be some more T-shirts, and John's got all kinds of prizes for everyone tomorrow. So the word on the street is going to be a good day and good show. So looking forward to seeing all the hot rods. I think he's going to even have some pinup girls out there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, then that means that she who will be obeyed will have to come with me. I know. She's going to get it. She's going to blow the dust off her poodle skirt and bring it. She's going to try and be the world's oldest living pinup girl.
Right. Well, I think he's going to let one of the girls choose a best of show, and then the local Highland law enforcement's going to choose the other best of show. So it should be a really good time.
Well, who else would know better but a police officer? Come on, they see the cars all day long.
That's true.
Absolutely, Leon. All right, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks, Leon. Thanks for calling. Bye. Yeah, Leon is the tech director at Lowell High School, and I'm going to tell you, they got a great facility. I went out there for a show, and man, they do it right. And he's right. That tip of the week was sincere. The WJOB family wants you, the experienced driver, to be smart enough for all the young drivers out there. Let's talk to Mikey G. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. George, how are you, my friend?
You know what? I'm just marvelous.
That you sound marvelous.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I've got a question for you, and I thought I heard it on your airwaves, a comment about this, but maybe not. Maybe I read about it. But, when I took my driving test back in prehistoric days for high school, to get my license.
In '06, yeah.
Yes. And, in the booklet that you had to read up on, they gave you the parameters of your how far the visibility is for X amount of feet for the headlights and the tail lights. They're supposed to be visible for X amount of feet. Now, the young guys in recent years have been painting or putting them dark lenses over the tail lights on the older cars and newer cars.
Oh, yeah.
Thus eliminating that visibility that those backup lights or the tail lights are supposed to project backwards. And so, like sometimes, it's going to be difficult to see a vehicle braking, especially during the daytime. And then also, I have a question. I'd like to know if you know about those things. And then also, the legality of covering the license plates up, especially the rear plates, with the smoke clear cover. So the numbers aren't really legible, but the whole car blends in as a dark vehicle.
Oh yeah, Mikey. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with this, and you're spot on, buddy. Let me just tell you, those first of all, those headlight covers and that stuff, and even the different headlight beams and bulbs you can buy, tail lights and so forth, that's all illegal. I mean, the police they'd be all day, every day, just pulling people over for tinted windows and messed up headlights or tail lights, or that cover on the license plate is like number one wrong.
Yeah.
It has to be visible to the police officer from a distance so he can run that plate.
Yeah, and just think of the parameters. If somebody was involved in a bump or a hit and run, nothing serious or even serious, and you wanted to get the plate number of the vehicle that is leaving the scene, and you can't.
Oh, exactly.
Because it's covered.
Exactly. Or most of the guys that are driving those cars are usually, I don't even know if they're insured half the time, but those cars, you can't do that. It's illegal. But the policeman he'd have to impound the car. There's so many of them out there that do this, exactly what you're talking about. I've seen it a ton.
Yeah, well, my boy had a Avalanche. I think it was a 14 Avalanche. and he had the taillights tinted. And I says, you can't do that. He said it's not illegal. The guy at the tint shop said that it's not legal. If it is, then he gets the ticket. And so that's what he was claiming. And I says, I don't think so.
You know what? The big difference is the degree. How tinted is it? Yada yada. It would be a court battle. It would be a matter of opinion, but it's still not right.
Right. And you know, just for mostly for safety's sake, you know.
Well, exactly. I want people to see me.
And I think if the cops, I know they're busy, but you know, a lot of times they aren't busy. They're just cruising up and down the streets. And what better way to make some revenue for the town is, you know, get these dudes with these license plates that are smoked and headlights that aren't projecting enough.
I personally can't stand the tinted glass, like for the driver's door and the passenger's door, so you can't see inside.
Yeah.
That just floors me. I think that should be illegal as all get out.
Yeah. So okay, I thought I'd get your thoughts on that, but the visibility, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, is still intact, even from the
Well,
prehistoric ages.
Mike, you used to drive for a living,
Yes.
and you want to be seen on the highway. Everybody wants to be seen.
Yeah.
You can't make intelligent decisions about your driving if they can't see you.
Right.
So you're spot on, buddy.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks for the call, Mikey.
You're welcome. It was great talking with you.
You're the best, buddy. Thanks for calling. He is Mikey G. Man, he's been around since the preacher days. I know Mikey G. He was a DJ for a while.